Hi guys, Roxanne here from Tiny Home Living. You can hear me echoing in here. So we've got some more progress done. Chris has got the trim around the window. Now the lighting is so bad, I have to go over here. So the trim is on the window, insulated it from the inside and the outside because it's a 6-inch jamb. And so the final pieces of trim to go around the opening in the kitchen. But I have to clean the smoke off that red painted wall first. That little wall around the opening is the last one I didn't get done. So really excited. We are going to, maybe, it's hot today, too hot for us old people. And when I came in, I checked the thermometer in the kitchen, and it was 66 degrees in here. So it's literally like we've got air conditioning on, which is just fantastic. We go outside and we're like, ugh, too hot out here. Can't do anything outside, and come inside and it's just so beautiful and cool in here. And this is exactly what we had hoped for. So as long as you keep the windows closed at night, it gets nice and cool in here, and it stays pretty cool until later in the day. And then we open the windows because the breeze always comes from the east and just blows right through the greenhouse, everything. It's like that. That's just the directions that we've got for the wind and everything on this property. So it's worked out just awesome. Anyway, we are thinking about if we can bear the heat, going and getting some of the furniture from our neighbors today. So that'll be exciting. So this is what the wall looks like. This is next to the wood stove, of course. That wall was really bad too. I got it washed, and I probably should do it again. But of course this one is really bad. You can see the smoke from the stove. That's just from me licking my finger to show my neighbor how bad it was. Now, I was all excited about getting that trim on, and then I remembered I got grout on the wall here when I was doing these tiles. So I think we're gonna just touch up. We don't have any painter's tape right now, so we gotta get some when we go to the city tomorrow. So tape this all off and get a fresh coat of paint, because I don't want the trim on here and then a little tiny bit of red showing, and there's just no way you're gonna be able to get in there and paint that. And of course it's going to be a nightmare getting up there and cleaning that little strip in behind there. And then of course winter job, Chris is going to repaint the ceiling because of what the smoke did. The wood is so dry, I tried washing it, but it'll be easy enough to just paint over this. But it has to be done with a roller, of course. So anyway, not getting my trim on the opening today. I was so excited, but I always put my cart in front of the horse, get all excited. And getting this touched up too, because the wood shrinks. That makes me happy as well. You can see where the tongue and groove, and of course we won't have that problem on this side. So there's the difference between the part that's washed. It's pretty gross. Yikes. By the way, I'm using this power wash. Everybody says it's just diluted Dawn. It is not, because I cannot get some of the stains and things off, especially the white cabinets when there's, it seems like if there's oil from your fingerprints and then the smoke sticks to that, it will not come off with Dawn, but it comes off immediately with this. So that's what I use for any of the stubborn stuff. Like I said, the regular Dawn just will not do this at all. Look at the trim. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Now the hard part, getting that little strip up there done. So I think I might take the cast iron down. It tends to clatter against the tiles when you move it. Because it's so hot out today and we're trying to do things inside here, I got thinking, where am I going to put this iron? I don't have anywhere to put it. So the other tiny house, I keep my kitchen, or a caddy with my cleaning supplies in here. That's the lamp from my mother's bedroom, so that will come out of there. But I found a shelf that come in 2-packs, so we're gonna put, Chris is gonna tie these up to the pipe and cut a shelf around here. We've got lots of the, what I call pokey things, very technical term. And then I can separate all of my bath stuff up here, put the iron in one corner, and all my cleaning supplies can go down there. So again, I'm always saying, use your vertical space. In a tiny house, the cabinets have to go to the ceiling. You have to use every little bit of vertical space. Go to the ceiling with everything or whatever. So yeah, I'll get my iron in there and divide up my stuff in here, get it a lot tidier and more organized. I've been moving this around for days since I did the ironing, not knowing what to do with it. And I just happened to find an extra shelf in the laundry, in behind the washer and dryer. I knew I had one somewhere. Ta-da! This was really tight getting it in, so of course I had to take the door off. You know, because normally you don't have plumbing in the way. But figure out what your height is. Ta-da! Look at that. So exciting. Chris said, well, fill it up. And I will. Look at all my jugs. All my bags. All my peroxide. That's for your detox bath, by the way. And obviously I have to clean that out down there. Now I might cut one of these yogurt containers and put it under the pipe. You can see it's been leaking a tiny bit. And that just seems to happen with everything, doesn't it? So yeah, what is this? I don't even know what this is. Peppermint sage all-purpose cleaner. Don't know where that came from. Oh, the cleaners go on the bottom. Anyway, look at that, guys. I mean, the bottom's almost empty, so I'll be able to put a bunch of the cleaning supplies from under the kitchen sink. It's too crowded under there. In here, things that you don't use that often, of course, go at the back. But this is the nice thing. I wouldn't do this in the 24-inch sink under the, or 24-inch cabinet under the kitchen sink, because it's deeper. It's the 24-inch deep, and you wouldn't be able to see everything. But for these ones, this is why I love the shallow cabinets, and this is why I love shallow pantries too. As I was saying, I love the shallow pantries. Of course, I use this one for linen, and the bottom door for bedding. Don't forget, when you look at your IKEA cabinets, the configuration that they normally use is the smaller door at the top, the bigger door at the bottom. If you scroll through the options, you can do it this way, which of course you want to do if you're putting it beside lower cabinets, because then the bottom door lines up with the rest of your cabinets. This doesn't line up perfectly because the contractor hasn't come back to adjust the doors yet. But anyway, tiny project, but huge impact. Now I can stop moving my stupid iron around the house because I have nowhere to put it, and I have lots of room for cleaning stuff in here. So, and as we get moved in, it'll be a little bit easier to figure out what I want where. I've sort of organized stuff, but these bathroom drawers are not organized at all. I just crammed stuff in there. And of course I have a vase that I got for Mother's Day a couple years ago. Very expensive, so I just wanted to put it someplace that it wasn't going to get broken. So one more little thing to make tiny house living just a little more livable. Especially if you're just a touch OCD and like everything in its place. I honestly, when I get stuff organized, you could blindfold me and I can find anything in my house. Blindfolded. That's the way I like it. Everything should be in its place, and you better put it back where you got it. Now I've got to clean up my mama's lamp, because I'll have some place to put it pretty quick. Well, we have yet another emergency. Chris got something in his eye a couple days ago, and of course, he's rubbed it and scratched his eyeball so badly that I can't see anything. It's just blood vessels and bloodshot. So we're heading to the hospital again. We should get frequent flyer points or something. Get back to you later.